My opinion of 50 Shades of Grey, I haven't read it because it sounds boring. You know, I have pretty high standards, and I don't recommend books very often because I know that my taste in books is unusual. If I do recommend a book, it has to be a book that really interests me, and that doesn't sound interesting to me. Yeah, Twilight, not my cup of tea. Wasn't that diplomatic? Here's why, can I tell you why I don't like Twilight? Because, I'm trying so hard to be diplomatic. I know that a lot of people like Twilight, and you know, that's the nice thing. Books are like music. There's a taste for everybody. What frustrated me about Twilight is that the main character is so passive, right? She's just like, and I'm a feminist. I'm a very proud feminist. And I think, thank you. And so to have a book become so popular where the main character is like, oh, vampire, oh, werewolf, oh, vampire, oh, werewolf. I just wanted to reach in there and slap her. I wish that, although I heard a fascinating theory about this, because really Twilight became a book that I think was most popular with young girls in middle school. And somebody explained it to me in a way that made perfect sense finally, because in the earlier books, because he's a vampire, you know, they can't have sex and for all these reasons. And so the only thing they can do in the early books before they get married is to cuddle, right? So if you're like an 11, 12-year-old young girl and starting to feel a little bit older and wanting to be in relationship, but the world can be a scary place, and you're not interested in going, you know, much farther sexually than you're ready for, if you date a guy who can seriously only cuddle you, and he's kind of sparkly, right? What 12-year-old wouldn't love that? So I think that's a pretty good description of the book. All right, right there. I talk about Maya Angelou and speak. Did Maya Angelou influence me or influence the girl in the book? Both. The reason I talk about Dr. Maya Angelou, who is one of our most precious resources in America, she's a profoundly talented woman. Dr. Maya Angelou is a poet, and she's written a number of books. And her book, it's a memoir called I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, is one of the most banned books in American high schools. So I'm subversive. I snuck references to I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings into my book. So you would know about it. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, she recounts she was sexually assaulted as a child by a family member and didn't tell anybody, and she stopped talking. So the parallels with the character are there. And yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in there. So I'm glad you noticed that. Well done. Give her an A, some teacher. Yes.